Hi non-binary peeps, girls and boys. Today I'm doing a serial chat on school, everything school. Okay. Today I've got oats with cinnamon, apple and maple syrup. I don't particularly love school. I don't even particularly like it. I do understand why we need like primary school and secondary school and stuff like that. College and university to me is a bit like but that's basically in American school, middle school, no, elementary school, middle school and high school. College and university is just like, it's like if you want to push forward and like do other things that requires you to need those kind of skills and stuff like that. If you don't want to do those type of things, then it's just like, bro, I have to do this because in this country in UK you have to go to college until you're 18, and in some other countries maybe like your parents and other people are pressuring you to do it, or maybe you just want to have the experience and stuff like that. So I'm in year 11. I do school. I don't know what exactly. I think maybe May to June. I don't know, around then. So like right now we're like looking at colleges and stuff like that, and sixth forms and stuff like that. Oh, I need to stop saying like it's like, oh my god, it's not the only word I know, so I need to stop saying it. We're looking at sixth forms and stuff, and I went to one that I really liked, a college sixth form, and it's good. My brother got like he's gonna leave by the time I'm in college anyway, so it doesn't matter. But my brother goes there. I don't know. I don't think, like, obviously you need to know your basic maths, basic English, and like science, and like I don't know, all the other subjects are just kind of extra stuff. You don't really need to know like history, geography is like alright, like you don't have to not know them, but I'm just saying like you wouldn't like the majority of people wouldn't like take it on further, so like it doesn't really matter, like it doesn't really matter too much unless you specifically like that subject slash topic. School is like, it's different for everyone. I'm still saying it's different for everyone, so it's hard to like pinpoint it, and obviously through the times school has changed drastically and stuff like that. The rules have changed, the curriculum and stuff they teach hasn't changed so much. I'm sure they've made minor tweaks to it, like the year after me is gonna be the first ones to do like completely new GCSEs like across London, so like all the study books and stuff like that I have, and they can't even use those to revise, which is crazy and it's annoying. And we have the same thing for maths and English, so the grades, instead of being like A star to like U, that's how they are in the UK, they're gonna be like 9 is like A star, and then 1 should be U, I think, something like that. So that's changing, and then like the tests and stuff like that, they're gonna be more harder. I am worried for school purely because you need GCSEs to get a job, and if there's a specific college course that you want to do, you probably need like GCSEs for that as well. But every school's different about how many grades they require, what levels they have to be and stuff like that. I don't know. If you particularly enjoy school, then you should take it as further as you want it to. My friend's sister She went to university after college, and she didn't like it. She went for the whole time, and I don't know, people in my family tell me that I should go to university. I personally don't want to, because I don't like secondary school and I don't even want to go to college, so why would I want to go to university? And I just don't want to spend that money. It's a waste of money in my opinion. Obviously, if you know that you think that you can do it and you want to, then do it. It's your money. You can do what the hell you want with it. But I personally would not do that. There's no doubt in my mind that I'd ever go to university, because too expensive and there's no point. The majority of people, my brother always says this to me, he's like, the majority of people that go to university, they don't get a job in the field that they were studying for 4 years for. Does that make any sense? What's the point then? What is the point paying and it's probably gonna even go up for just to learn something and like not even get a job in your field? What is the point? That is the waste of money. But for everyone it's different. I don't know. I really don't know. Because people, what I felt some people say to me is like, oh, but you're not paying it like that, but able to pay back all of it if you get a good job and stuff like that. My school experience in primary school and secondary school, obviously very different. I can't remember a lot from primary school, but I still remember it being like enjoyable. I do know that I didn't do a lot of work, and I also do know that they kind of like, I don't know, they were like a bit more friendly. In my primary school we had like bigger classes, I think, and I didn't mind it. Some people were like, they would have went to my primary school if it wasn't for the fact that we had classes of like 30, which I was like, there was nothing wrong with that, to be honest. In secondary school we have classes of about the biggest would be 30 still, but the majority of the classes aren't that big, to be honest. They're like maybe 15ish, 20, I'd kind of say. And in my school they concentrate more on uniform and like attendance and all these stuff, instead of the actual education that the pupil is getting and the actual well-being of the pupil. That's one of the reasons why I like really despise it. Because I've probably said this already, but if you come to school without a tie or without your lanyard, we have to wear these lanyards that have a card that say our name and have a picture of us, and no, they don't say they have our name and a picture of us. And if we don't have it, or we don't have money to buy it and stuff like that, no, literally, basically, this happened to me. Let me tell you a little story. The other day, when was it? Friday. So I went to school and I realized I didn't have my lanyard, but I was already late, so I just went into school, and then the person at the reception was like, where's the lanyard? And I was like, I'm gonna check in my last like period, my last lesson from yesterday, and see if it's there, even though I knew that I had it was at home. So they were like, oh, you're meant to go to isolation if you don't have a lanyard. I was like, okay, can't I just buy it? Even though I knew I had it at home, so I was like, I'm gonna spend on £1 for nothing, but I'll just buy it. And she was like, oh, you're still meant to go in isolation. I was like, how does that make any sense? Let me tell you how isolation works out. Yeah, you sit in there, year 8 kids go get you work from a teacher. I've been on both sides, so I'm justified to say that the teacher, when I'm in the lesson and someone's getting work, someone else needs work, the teacher will give any random worksheet. They don't care, because obviously that's the majority of things that are planned for the lesson. They need to like hear the teacher explain it to them before they can do it. So even if the teacher does give them work that is like, I don't know, relating to what the class is actually doing, the majority of the time they're not going to understand it and not going to be able to do it, and just not do it, because they don't even watch you that closely. Like they say, if you haven't done no work, you're not going to leave. But to be honest, you can just pull out any work from your bag that you've done already and just say you've done that. I'm not even going to lie. So I was like telling, there's no point of you giving sending me to isolation when I can't learn in there. And then she's all like, oh, but that's the rules. And I was like, I might as well go home. I was literally walking through the door. I was actually walking through the door, and she was like, just come back, blah blah blah, I'm gonna talk to your head of the I went up like to get registered and stuff like that, and then I came back down before my first class, and then I went to her. I went to my head of year, and then she was like, oh, you're meant to go on isolation, you know that. And she gave me like one of these notes saying that this people doesn't have the language, blah blah blah. And I was like, but you know I can't learn in isolation. And she was like, yes you can. You're a teacher. I know for a fact that your school was not the same as our school, because our school and it has some messed up fucking rules that are not in any other school. Okay, rules that are not in any other school. I'm sure they wouldn't make you miss a fucking lessons in year 11 because you didn't have some kind of rope around your neck showing who exactly I am. If you want to know who I am, just ask me. I'll tell you my fucking name. Are you stupid? Literally. How can you tell me, oh yes you can learn isolation, when you haven't been there? Let's talk about lessons now. In lessons, teachers like always go off on the students because they think, why do you guys take so long to settle down? And if they had any common sense, they would know that like our attention span is like not all the way up there. So obviously we're gonna take quite a while to like settle down and to get into the lesson proper. And once we've been writing like for like quite a long time and been silent for quite a while, like we're gonna start talking and we're gonna start getting distracted and stuff like that. And I don't understand, like, teachers know, the majority, not all of them, the majority of teachers know when the lesson's boring, that doesn't straight away mean that you're gonna like learn better and stuff like that. I agree with the quiet thing, like, but it doesn't need to be completely silent, because I know sometimes like when I'm writing it gets annoying when someone's just talking, but it's different if the loudness level is like too like quite low, or is like everyone's just screaming in the classroom. And also the majority of the times when people have boring lessons, you forget the things more quicker. I have like probably about 3 teachers that teach that are like good teachers, that are actually good teachers. In art, they don't really teach you anything, so it is a lesson, but like teachers just there to like help you with stuff, help you with ideas and stuff like that. She's a good teacher, but what do you call it, it's not really like the same thing as how like English and what was the other lessons that I think good teachers, business and science, it's not the same thing, because they don't like preach to you like stuff like that. Okay, on occasion they do, but not like regularly, because we're all doing our own projects and we all kind of know what we're doing, unless we specifically ask the teacher for help. So yeah, and right now I have a maths teacher that's really bad. Really bad. I feel sorry for him. We do cuss him out a lot, I'm not even gonna lie. Not me not me, but everyone in class. And it's just that he's not, I don't know, he's just not right. He just takes everything so slow, and we are just like, oh my god, because we have exams so soon and he's not teaching us anything new. And we had a teacher in year 10 and he just left us, and we're just like, what are we gonna do? Literally every week we have a different supply teacher, and sometimes we literally, this week we went over the same lesson twice because we had two different teachers and we went over the same lesson twice. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm scared for this, like for the whole class, because it's like they're like to us, well, since you guys are at the very bottom, there's no point paying attention to them. These guys obviously don't want their GCSEs. And then the head teacher comes tell me, maths is the most important lesson. And it's just so sad. Like, I'm already oh my god, I'm so bad at maths. Like, I'm so bad. Like, I have a maths teacher for an advisor or a tutor, if you want to call it that, the person that, like, you know, form tutor kind of thing. And every single time when we say, oh, we hate the lesson, she's always like, oh, that's because you're not good at it. And I'm like, yes, I know I'm good at it, and I haven't been good at it for all the years I've been at secondary school. For all the years I've been alive, I haven't been good at it. But really, it's like, I have a phone, okay, it has a calculator. If I need to calculate something, I'm gonna calculate on my phone. Like, obviously if it's quick enough, I'm gonna do it in my head, but like all these extra little frilly things about maths, I don't need it. Like, all I need is that fucking C, at least a C, and then I can fucking get a job. If I don't, if it's a D, then no job. Like, where's the logic? Where is the logic? Seriously, if you want me to work behind a cash register, even if I get a fucking A, I'm still gonna use a calculator to calculate it. Like, it's just time consuming and there's no point. And sometimes humans make mistakes. The calculator ain't gonna make no mistakes. So what's the point? I had kids in school. Well, students, let me not call people kids. But I don't know. I don't think there's any specific theory. There probably is, but because some bad kids, they're smart, but they just get in trouble sometimes, and then others are the ones that struggle with school quite a lot, and getting themselves in trouble is like, it's like you're adding on to it. Because I know, because I've never been quite good in school, like good as in the sense of like grades and stuff, and good as in the sense of behavior. So I'm not bad now because I just don't give a shit anymore. But it's weird. I think just sometimes it's just like pure boredness. Sometimes teachers, like, sometimes the fact that when you talk to an adult in school, they won't take you seriously. They'll always take the teacher's side over yours, because they think, oh, you're a kid, so you're gonna definitely lie and stuff like that. And ooh, it has taught me a lot though. I don't know if it's just that or it's just the time. Can't say it's only that because I don't want to give it that much credit. But during the duration that I was at school, I learned a lot. So thanks to myself for learning those things. Yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave it a like, subscribe, and comment what you liked about it. I'll do another one of these soon. Stay alive, it's worth it, I promise you.
This is about you. Stay alive, it's worth it, I promise you, not me.
What the fuck, Siri? Okay, Siri just scared the fuck out of me. Anyway, bye people.